Yo, what's up? Long time no... Okay, it hasn't actually been that long time since the last time. You might notice that I'm a lot less dead than the last time I did this. That's because my semester just ended. Woohoo! Which means I'm more free to do videos, which I probably do, but also, like, I'm still kind of tired. Do not let this energy fool you. Also, it's just later in the day. As it turns out, we have another glimpse at Dread, a new trailer, and this one's longer, I think. It's like about a minute 24 seconds. The last one was like 30 seconds, something really, really short. So, yeah, we got some stuff to work with. We're gonna see what this is about. Unlike the last time, I've literally seen nothing about it. The only thing I've seen is like the initial shot, which is like Samus in her gunship. That's it. Is it even still called the gunship? Now I think about it, the original gunship blew up. So is this also like she got it from the Federation? I don't know what a fusion ship is called, but yeah, that's all I've seen. Also, there's a new Dread report, so we'll read that afterwards. Let us get going. Let's go. Ooh, it's right here. There we go. Another glimpse of Dread. Oh, this is a minute and 43 seconds. Fuck me, I was lowballing that. Oh, we got music, we got shaky cam, bruh. Let's start. That's ZDR, presumably. This place got space dust around it. Ooh, Samus coming in hot. Nyam. The X-Parasite, a dangerous life form capable of mimicking prey, though thought to be extinct. Oos. Oos. Look at Samus driving the ship. Nyam. Oh, this is way more dynamic than the intro. Until the Galactic Federation received a troubling transmission that suggested the parasite might still live. I'm gonna assume that's the footage. Yeah, that shit doctored. Look at this. Look at Samus. Samus is like, we gotta fly in. We ain't hitting no... Oh, this is so dynamic. 7 extraplanetary life form mobilized. Emmy was dispatched to investigate. We know all this. This is all information we already knew. However, soon after the Emmy arrived on the planet where the transmission originated from, they disappeared. Until they didn't, you know? Like, the Samus returns, she was just like, nyomp, and then it disappeared, and it kind of looked... Treat our lost assets with care, lady. Okay, so Adam is voice acted. Huh. No wonder she thought it was... You see, that looks way nicer than it did before. We had a whole flight simulation. That kind of reminded me of a Zero mission. It was like... Information! And then you see it land, you know? The intro to Zero mission was just like that. Okay, this is Samus all fucked up. Ow. Seems like she took quite a spill. Ain't ever seen Samus just like, eh. Whoa. Okay, that's Chozo as hell. It's a big ass Chozo statue even. Is that all it was to it? Dang. I kind of read all that information really quickly. It's just like, geez, my rapid adaptability was pretty decent. We're gonna slow it down, of course, and turn down the volume. All right, I did not process half the things I said, so you know it'd be better to just like, okay, X-Parasite, life form, mimicking its prey, thought to be extinct, right? Until we got some some clearly not doctored footage of this X-Parasite just doing the wave. It's just like, I'm alive. You ain't got me. I survived. Yeah. Okay, you see Samus in her ship flying around to the Galactic Federation. We know all this. There's the X-Parasite. It's very official footage. Seems that she is taking this mission from the Federation still. Which, again, could very well be a setup. I love how Samus' ship always looks different. She actually kind of looks like she's a little compact here. She is not taking up a lot of space. Well, then again, no, I think it's more that her, like, the seat is just very close to the ground, so her knees are sticking up. A lot. Doesn't look that comfortable, but it's nice to see Samus flying her ship for once. right, the Emmy. Exoplanetary multiform mobile identifier robots. It could also be Emir, but you know. Right, you've seen this moving forward. Soon they disappear. Indeed, we know that. Samus flying, zooming, dodging asteroids. I really like the design of this planet. Treat our lost assets with care, lady. This seems to be coming from Adam specifically. Which, I mean, admittedly, Adam is literally still a computer that is owned by the Federation. So I assume he's still technically working for them. Treat our assets with care. Samus blowing their brains out. Just boom! Or maybe he's just conveying what they want. Who knows? Adam is a strange character. Boom, boom, boom. Into the planet. You love to see it. We're gonna read the Dread Report after as well, because they might have more information. Actually, it probably definitely will. Okay, so this is like probably right after the last trailer. This is where we start off, I'm fairly certain, because Samus has none of her power-ups, so well, her suit's reverted back to this state. No color. Missing the shoulder bits. She actually took a second to get up. I really like the animation detail on that. She was like, okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna need a little bit more effort to get up. Right, and she doesn't immediately get up either. She's just in a sitting position. But again, I don't think I've ever seen Samus in that position. This is a far more expressive... Like, that's something I will say about Mercury's Steam, and also just like... Metroid, as it is now, is that they really get this, like, expressiveness in the body language for Samus, which was not seen in the older games, because you could do that, it was just sprites. You know, I mean, you could, but there was, like, you know, unless it was, like, the flash forward, like, comic book kind of panel things that were happening in like, Zero Mission, there wasn't a lot of situations where you could express personality, and even in the Prime games, those are all first-person games, you wouldn't really see Samus doing things. But these games, like the modern 2D games, have 2.5D look to it with 3D, but in a 2D perspective. And so you can show Samus doing all kinds of things, or her reaction to like things like this. You can show her body language, which is very important for a silent character. Yeah, this is a busted up old Chozo thing. It seems like a power suit. Maybe that's the entrance to the facility, because the door is broken. Or like something that looks like a door is broken. One does wonder how she didn't notice that on the way up, but you know, I ain't gonna question it. Anyways, in the second half of this, why is Samus wearing a different suit than when she started with? Shedding light on new mysteries revealed in the upcoming game trailer. Please look forward to it. I like how these game trailers have not had any gameplay in it, and yet everybody's still hyped. That's crazy. Oh, hey! Is that... No, that's just the aiming reticle. Mind you, of course, we have had gameplay of the powers of Samus. We're gonna talk about her move set. That shit that should be in Smash Brothers. Yeah! That shit that should be in Smash Brothers. All the new move set that should have been implemented eons ago. But say la vie. Actually... For a slight aside, I'm in the camp that believes that if when they make another Smash Brothers game, which will probably not be made by Sakurai, what they should do is reduce the roster significantly and then rework a lot of characters. I think a lot of people need to be cut, and then a lot of characters that you decide to keep around, like say Mario, Link, Samus, they need to have like total reworks so that they're very different characters. Because at that point, you like, I could alienate old people, but like at the same time, you'd also get a way more fresh game overall, you know? But it's not like Ultimate's not right there, right? Anyways, Dread Report. Welcome to the Metroid Dread Report. This series will introduce the newest information on the Metroid Dread game and blah 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 blah. Samus Aran, the galaxy's most powerful bounty hunter, is consummate is a consummate professional who has completed many missions believed to be impossible. In this edition, we look closer at the abilities and arsenal that Samus has within her arm's reach. Growing up, Samus. Backstory. Okay, we know this, but, good to know. Samus lost her family as a young child after a devastating attack by the space pirates. The Chozo took young Samus under their wing, literally, and raised her on planet Zebes. She received a DNA transplant from this bird-like species that altered her physiology and allowed her to adapt to this harsh new environment. Before striking out on her own, Samus was once enlisted and trained by the Galactic Federation Army. It's a miracle she managed to be so effective under that training, but okay. I'm being a little harsh. We've seen them. They're decent. They can do some stuff like Rundus, I'm pretty sure, at one point worked for the Galactic Federation. The true identity of the face under the helmet remains shrouded in mystery across the galaxy, though we all know it because Twitter won't stop drawing her. Without the mask on. This is one of the worst kept secrets. In fact, it's not really a secret, honestly. You're supposed to figure it out. Transmission from the dev team. Samus is a true professional who takes a quiet and calm approach to her work. Because of this, you might think that she's a cold-hearted person, but you'd be mistaken. In actuality, Samus is a woman with a very kind heart, as evidenced by her show of mercy to a Metroid hatchling while on a mission to eradicate the enigmatic species. Perhaps the hatchling sensed a nurturing nature within Samus when it imprinted on her. The arm cannon. So yeah, this is all just information we already knew if you were an old-time fan, but it's really nice that if especially if you're somebody's trying to be a new fan trying to get into it, this shit just tells you everything you need to know about the franchise, which is good, and it's coming right from the source, so you're not getting misconceptions pretty rife within the Metroid community. A lot of people don't actually know what they're talking about, or they're just inferring based on what they've experienced, and they have their whole own perspective on things that might not line up with what is strictly canon. Speaking of canon, this is the arm cannon. Samus's right arm is completely integrated with her powerful and iconic arm cannon, which can fire two types of weapons, a rapid-fire beam attacks and powerful missiles. Because the arm cannon is so deeply integrated, Samus can toggle between weapon classes at will. However that works, we don't know, but it's cool. That's all that matters. In the Metroid Dread game, you can attack from nearly any angle while running, jumping, or holding onto certain walls and ledges. I assume that the way the free aim works in this game is that it's no longer tied to holding the R button. You could just use the right stick. I would assume. Because the reason why it was on the R button in the original is because it was being presumed that you would be playing this game both on new 3DS and the original 3DS model, which didn't have a second stick. Which was a good call, because I don't think everybody would have... the game would have sold way worse if it was just a new 3DS exclusive. But yeah, I would assume they mapped it to the right stick, which is why you can run and aim at the same time, which is going to be a lot more accurate, I think. Beam attacks. You got this beam attack, you got that beam attack, you got the triple shot. Wait, is that the spacer beam? Huh. The beam attack is Samus' go-to offensive ability. Acquiring upgrades can modify its power and properties, like increasing the attack spread, or adding other functions. Is that the grapple beam? Okay, well, that's confirmed. I feel like we've already knew the grapple beam was back, but it's back. You can tell just because of the blue light. Yep. One such a functional upgrade is the grapple beam, which lends a rope-like quality that makes the arm cannon capable of connecting specific points. Once connected, Samus can tow objects or swing herself to otherwise unreachable parts of the environment. Got the missiles, of course. What the fuck is that thing? Oh my god, this thing is scary. It's spreading evil, darkness upon the world. You see what I'm seeing? I can't zoom in. But I might zoom in on the edit. Unlike the endless waves of beams blasted at her disposal, which, by the way, if you ever really thought about it, Samus is ridiculous. This lady got 100 missiles just sitting around in her arm cannon, in her suit. Where she stores them, hell if I know. And 100 missiles? That's like if I had a rocket launcher and had 100 of them bitches ready to just fire, just bum 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 bum. Bro. On top of having a beam that is just destructive as hell, and she just has tons, like infinite amount. No ammo, nothing. Samus has a capacity limit for this compact yet powerful heavy weapon. It too can be enhanced with ability upgrades. Samus can increase her missile capacity, thus being able to hold more by acquiring missile tanks and missile plus tanks. What the hell's a missile plus tank? Is it like a missile tank that gives you more? Scattered throughout the world. Search for intelligence. Transmission from the dev team. Each attack can be done while running or jumping. In Metroid Samus Returns game for the 3DS system, Samus had to plant her feet to free aim and fire. Now you can aim forward in a wide range of angles while running. This makes it easier to attack from a distance while on the move. In the Metroid Dread game, most actions like arm cannon attacks and melee counters can be performed from nearly any position. We wish to emphasize the player being able to maintain their speed and momentum at any given time. Love to hear it, love to hear it. That's exactly the kind of thing that I am personally interested in, is being able to keep the momentum, keep the flow of gameplay. And that's especially something that I think was not as present in Samus Returns when compared to even prior games, but the fact that it's so seamless and flowing, like the slide, the melee dash, all of that, it just feels like you can just keep going and going. That's gonna be great for speedrunning too. Aiming to make the flow through different types of gameplays feel as seamless as possible. Actions and abilities. The melee counter. Yes, the swing. Oos. The big ass uppercut. I like that she could do it with like her legs also, like when she's doing a slide. The action creates an opportunity for Samus to stun an enemy by attacking it right as it's about to attack. If successful, the stunned enemy is then open to get hit with a powerful follow-up. Samus can dash counter while running too. I like dash counter. They call it like the dash melee and like the treehouse stuff, but I called it the dash counter initially because that's what it is. But I guess they call it the dash melee because you can like attack people with it normally too. But now they call it the dash counter. Jesus. Alright, Morph Ball. Of course. Zoop. Oh shit! Oh, that was sick! I was wondering how the slide would interact with the narrow passages that are too long for it, because obviously it's gonna run out eventually. But no, she just seamlessly transitions into the Morph Ball. That was so sick. Yo, yep, yeah. That was awesome. That's gonna keep the gameplay flow up a lot more. Because the thing about the slide is that it doesn't really help you if you're like trying to go up or like around in like a maze in Morph Ball mode, which like you'd have to Morph Ball to get through those kind of sections. But I was wondering how it would interact. But like sliding and then just Morph Balling, that's super seamless, super cool. That's smart. Samus can pass through narrow passages by sliding or curling into Morph Ball form. You can also just do it from like almost standing. And you have that like grab the ledge and roll into it, but I think it was Samus Returns sort of thing. But also, yeah, missile tanks also in this game seem to only give you 2. But like, I think that was also in Samus Returns where you could just climb into a smaller area and go up into it. But it's nice to have, you know. Fusion already introduced like hanging from a ledge and going into a Morph Ball, so now just having that from a standing point is also good. The player can drop into Morph Ball by tilting the left control stick down while crouching, effectively the same way it's been done throughout the entire 2D Metroid series. It's also so by simply pressing the ZL button, she will automatically take the Morph Ball form while traveling into... Oh, okay, yes, and then Samus will also automatically while traveling into an elevated tunnel. Right, so you can also just press the ZL button. They've mapped that to a dedicated button. That will make it a lot easier for dodging as well. Not that you need to since you have the slide, but still. I wonder if the slide and the Morph Ball are mapped to the same button, like you ZL while running to slide, and you ZL, and then you can just hold it to Morph Ball or something. I'm not sure. They haven't specified that. But just because you can automatically transition into Morph Ball anyways, you know? Jumps. You can wall jump, as you can see. Oos, gameplay. See this? This is how you do it. We tease the story, we tease the gameplay. Bro, this game looks like it flows so well. This looks so much fun. Was that a double jump? What the fuck was that? Hello? Was that a space jump? Okay, seems she has a double jump now. Hold up. I just read ahead, sorry. Samus's unparalleled physical abilities elevate her jump actions to another level. One such action is wall jumping, where she can jump up and kick off the wall to jump even higher. Her jumping capabilities can also be enhanced via upgrades. For example, the new Spin Boost ability allows Samus to jump a second time while spinning through the air. It's like an intermediate space jump. I'm not sure. That makes me wonder if the space jump is even in this game, which it might be. Or like, you upgrade those to Spin Boost and then you get the space jump later. That's really weird. Because Samus has never had a double jump. Never. She's had a single jump. Well, actually, that's not true. In Prime, she had a double jump because the space jump. Well, it wasn't in the Prime series, but you get like a double jump. You get like space jump boots, and it would give you a double jump. But like, not in the 2D games. You just always have like a regular jump, the high jump, which would be an upgrade, and then eventually the space jump, which just says fuck gravity. Bink bink. Slide. This is cool. Oh, this game seems like it has a higher emphasis on platforming in general. Interesting. Aeon abilities. Samus can tap into a special mystical energy called Aeon to temporarily use certain actions. Yes, like our Phantom Cloak, as we've established. Jesus. Gotta remember to breathe. Ooh, let's look at Samus. Pushed herself up so her feet wouldn't hit it. Interesting. Such expressive animation. That was so cool. One such ability is a Phantom Cloak, which blankets her in optical camouflage and renders her invisible. Using this while standing still. Shit, actually, am I running out of time? Hold on. No, I'm not. Okay, good to know. Using this while standing still will slowly deplete her reserve of Aeon energy. She can also move while camouflage, which costs a greater amount of Aeon energy. When not in use, the reserve automatically regenerates over time, and if you use it, you can still activate it also when you don't have it, but then you can die. Like, you'll start taking your health instead, and it goes so fast. Just like her attacks, we strive to make all her other abilities feel quick, unstoppable, and seamlessly Samus-like. This is so nice. In particular, this time, Samus can pull off counters without losing forward momentum. This paves the way for more aggressive use of counters, allowing Samus to take advantage of momentary weaknesses and enemies otherwise out of reach. Successfully scaling walls subject to gaps, knocking down enemies in fluid series of quick movements will make you feel like the strongest bounty hunter in the galaxy. Hell yeah. So nice. I find it so interesting how this design can have like so many like pieces to it, but yet still feel so cohesive and visually interesting, you know? Like, you have the white pieces in like these geometrical shapes, as well as like the blue overhaul to it, and then like the other blue colors complementing it, right? Like the lighter shades of blue, but it just feels very uniform and nice. I don't know what it is. I also really like the spine thing. It's nice. The power suit that Samus wears is based on Chozo technology and was created specifically for her. Incorporating ability upgrades can expand the functionality of the power suit's performance and the arm cannon's function. It looks like the Varia suit. Maybe the Varia suit really does look the same way as it used to. I'm not sure. Okay? Because we're kind of on the fence right now, the Metroid community. We're not sure if they're going to be the Varia suit design is going to be based on fusion, which is the contentious fusion Varia suit design. If it's going to be a whole new Varia suit design, or is it going to just be the classic one because she's in a more classic suit design, or like the suit is more metallic. But it seems here, just given like what we see on screen, how much health she has, how much missiles, that Varia suit is probably going to be the orange one. Anyways, in addition to power suit's built-in defenses, it can take in energy, thus has its capacity to withstand damage by acquiring two different types of energy tank items. The standard energy tank is 100, can also connect 4 energy parks to reconstruct has the same functionality as the standard energy tank. Seems kind of redundant, but okay. Transmission from the dev team. Samus's power suit is a one-of-a-kind article made from the superior technology of the Chozo. While the series has had several suit designs, a fully powered suit from Metroid Zero Mission game for the Game Boy Advance system, obtained by overcoming the Chizodian Ruin Trials, is the basis for these new designs. The events of previous games, Metroid Fusion, also for the Game Boy Advance system, changed a lot of things for Samus and her suit, but this time we're using a new power suit to imagine what would be beyond Metroid Fusion. Yeah, so the upgrades. Of course, immunity to the X-Parasite! I used the wrong voice for saying the transmission from the dev team, but whatever, we're gonna see what different dev was doing that. One doesn't sound like a 1940s newscaster. The Metroid were created to be the natural enemy of the X-Parasite by receiving the emergency dose of Metroid vaccine. It's not actually a vaccine, by the way. Somebody's pointed this out. It's on Twitter. It's more of a cure because a vaccine is supposed to prevent infection, but a cure fixes the infection after the fact. Like if I was to take a COVID-19 vaccine after I was already infected with COVID, wouldn't actually do anything to help me. But if I took it beforehand, then, it would prevent the thing. That's the point. Or like a flu vaccine. You don't take it while you're sick. It's not a cure. All it is to just adapt your body preemptively so it can fight off the infection better. So it's not a vaccine. But whatever. They're gonna call it a vaccine anyways. I'm pretty sure that's what Fusion called it at some point too. Created from a cell culture previously sourced from the Metroid hatchling, Samus becomes the only living thing who cannot be harmed by X-Parasites. Because of her immunity, Samus alone is dispatched to planet ZDR to investigate the possible presence of X-Parasites, a life form thought to be eradicated. See, they got footage. ZDR for some reason just makes me sound... It sounds like DDR. That's why I keep thinking about Dance Dance Revolution. Transmission from the dev team. The X-Parasite is a terrifying creature capable of infesting any living thing, causing it to die, then mimicking its host, using the genetic information it copies. It's no exaggeration to say that the X is the strongest and most odious of all life forms. Odious. That's a weird word to use in this scenario. People don't really use that nowadays. As it instinctively prioritizes the preservation and expansion of its species, repeatedly dividing and merging to mimic stronger individuals. However, the only thing that can nullify its abilities is the Metroid, which was created as its natural enemy. Since the Metroids went extinct prior to the event of Metroid Dread, the only one who can rival the X is Samus, as she now has Metroid DNA in her. Glimpse of Dread, which is what we've seen. Okay, so we're done. In the second half of the video, Samus is wearing a different suit than what she started with. Why? Stay tuned, blah 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 blah. The next report is shedding light on the new mysteries in the upcoming game trailer. Okay, so we're getting another trailer on August 27th. In a week? What? That's great news. Hey, hell yeah. A week, let's go. Alright. So I guess we're pretty much done here. It took more time than I expected, but it's mostly because I had to read through the Dread report. That's fine. That's fair. Anyways, yeah, no. I feel like the trailer itself didn't show as much. Like, it basically just showed us what the beginning of the game is like. But we're gonna get another one next week, so it's not a big deal. We got some implications, like the Federation is still commanding Samus, which we kind of figured. And also that, like, Adam is still kind of working as their mouthpiece, sort of. Even though he's also totally willing to betray them as well. So, and take things into his own hands. I'm surprised they haven't deleted him or something. Considering he's the one who told her to do what she did. But, whatever. I guess they're just keeping him around. They're like, whatever, Adam, the real Adam did that too. And we kept him around for some reason. Anyways, also, I think the Dread Report itself included a lot of interesting tidbits, like the double jump that she now has, like things like energy tank parts and assorted other things. But it brought back from other memorable things, just like new gameplay knowledge and footage and stuff like that, which really, I think, especially in this case, is one of the examples of like a Dread Report really diving deep into like the gameplay stuff, which we haven't had in a while, actually. But yeah, it was good. We basically got a full breakdown of how she controls, and like some new details, and I think that was pretty rad. Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits here. See you in a week, I guess. Actually, probably less time than that, since I have some time on my hands. I can do some stuff. I'll probably start streaming, if anything. But, yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Give it a like, favorite, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see some more Metroid news next week, so even if you don't subscribe, get your ass back here in a week, because there's gonna be another video. But, you know, if you subscribe, you know, it'll be easier, right? But, yeah, no. Just expect that there, and I'll see you there. See you next mission, as one might say. Ciao, guys. ダメだね、ダメよ、ダメなのよ。あんたが好きで好きすぎて、どれだけ強いお酒でも揺がわない思い出がバカみたい